Good morning. Good morning. Oh, new month, new year. I hope everyone is well. Hope you've been safe. I look forward to seeing everyone in person soon. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Thank you for being here today and sharing this time of movement and practice with ease for yourself. So we'll find a seated position, sitting up, elongating our spine, noticing our ankles and our feet, our knees, our hips, our waist. Mine got a little thicker over the holidays. Our shoulders, let's rotate them back and drop them down. Giving your sacrum and your sternum lots of elongation, lots of room for breath work. Inhaling and exhaling. Sitting up straight, noticing, taking an inhalation for the count of 3, an exhalation for the count of 4, emptying all of the air out of your lungs, even emptying it out with your belly or your belly button totally exhaled. And going through some of those breath rotations with your eyes open, your eyes closed, or a soft gaze. Let's take our hands to prayer, putting our thumbs right on each side of the top of our nose. Breathing in and out. Resting our index finger on the top of our forehead, kind of encompassing the mind's eye. So as you inhale through those nostrils, pulling that breath through into the mind's eye and exhaling. Let's do this 2 more times. Nice long inhale and exhale. 1 more. Placing the left hand on your knee, the right hand out to the side, dropping left ear to left shoulder, giving a nice elongated stretch on that right side. Coming Coming to neutral, placing that hand on the knee, taking the left hand out to the side, dropping your right shoulder to, or dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. Breathing through that, feeling that nice elongation. Bringing our arms up and extending. Taking a few deep breaths. Feeling the balance. Feeling the balance. Holding those arms up. Dropping the right hand, bringing the left arm overhead. Nice opening of the left side. Maybe take that gaze down to the right hand and up to the left elbow. Back and forth at your own pace. One more time. Coming up, taking those arms out again, holding them out. Breathing in, opening up that chest. Dropping the left hand down, taking the right arm overhead. Nice side stretch to the right. Taking that gaze to the left hand. And then up to the sky, to that right elbow. Back and forth. We don't need to be in a hurry. We need to be in the moment. And kind to ourselves. Bring that right arm down, and we'll take a twist to the left. Taking the right arm over the left knee. Elongating that spine. Breathing through, and with each breath, sitting up a little bit taller. Over to the right, bringing that left hand over to the right knee, twisting to the right. Again, sitting up tall, finding a nice stretch. And back to neutral. Let's switch our legs if you're sitting with one on top of the other. Sitting up straight. Elongating that spine. Let's roll our shoulders back. Really rotating them up by our ears, down, up, down, and around. And let's reverse that motion. Very good. Come to relaxed seated position. Taking our legs out into staff. Sitting with our spine elongated. We're going to take our gaze up towards the sky, but not hyperextending our neck. If you're sitting in a room, just look towards the corner of the room and then take that gaze down to your lap. Up and down. Have your legs engaged. Toes could be flexed or pointed. Moving that neck up and down. Notice your posture. Very good. Now we'll straddle those feet. If you have your block handy, we'll take our block. If you don't, that's fine too. You can move your hands out, relaxing. If you'd like to relax your head on your block, you may do that as well. Gentle stretch. Breathing into it. Relaxing. Breathing into it. Moving the left hand over to the left foot or ankle and opening up to the right hand side. Nice side stretch. Take your gaze towards that right side. Folding forward again, walking your arms out or your fingers out, placing your head on the top of your block, resting it in place for a couple rounds of breath. Taking that right hand over to the right ankle or the right foot. Coming up and opening to the left hand side. Couple nice breaths. Taking that gaze over to the left. Very nice. Come up. We're going to walk our hands forward again. Rest in to that forward fold. Feet are flexed, hands forward. Rest. Gently come out of that, bringing the feet together, cobbler's pose. From here, let's do some cat and cow. So rolling those shoulders over for cat. Arching that back, and then extending through to cow, arching, taking your gaze up to the sky, forward fold, bending, really getting a nice cat stretch. And And cow, open it up, open your heart up towards the sky. Nice. One more time. Cat. And cow. Placing your hands behind your hips. Bringing those legs out straight. Let's sit up really tall and putting a little bit of arch in our back, opening up our heart center towards the sky. Breathe. Close your eyes or soft gaze and just breathe into it. We'll transition slowly into tabletop. And in tabletop here, we'll work some balance. Hands and knees, shoulder and hip distance apart. Put my hair up here. Wag our tail a little bit. And we'll do some balancing. And we'll extend our left leg back. Tuck the toes, push through as if you're doing a runner's stretch. Lifting that left leg up, right arm out, holding it. Nice balance. Place it back. Untuck the toes on the right leg. Press that right leg through for a nice runner's stretch. Lifting that right leg up, taking the left arm up. Now we're going to move through this movement a couple times for some core movement. So we'll start, and instead of holding it, we're just going to move through the lifting of the left leg, right arm, up, down, right leg, left arm, up, down. So this is a little bit more of a motion. Back to that left leg, right arm, down. Inhale, right leg, left arm, down. And moving through this with your inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation. A little bit of core work, a little bit of balance work for this new month. And one more time on this side, and we'll come to a close. Let's go back into child's pose for a couple cleansing breaths. One more breath. Meet back in tabletop. Put our forearms down, and we'll do a plank. If you'd like to have your knees down, you can have your knees down for your plank, or extend, have your elbows right under your shoulder blades, and let's put our knees down. One more time, coming up on our knees. Very good, very good. Down, back up to table. Shake out those arms. Work those shoulders. Very good. We'll go into our first downward dog of the day, planting our fingers firmly. From tabletop, tucking those toes, lifting the knees off the mat, and pushing up into downward dog. Since this is the first one of the day, feel free to walk those dogs out, walk the heels out. Maybe shake from side to side, feeling that nice stretch in the hips. Nice. Coming down, going onto our knees. Do a little rotation with those wrists. Very nice. Bringing the hands out. I'm going to change my up overhead, down, forward fold, tabletop, push into downward dog. Walking those feet out. Coming down, back on the knees. Coming up, extending those arms. And back down to airplane. Taking the right leg out, pointing the toes forward. Dropping that right arm to the right leg, nice side stretch. We're gonna drop our left arm to the floor, opening up to a nice side angle. Nice side angle, nice stretch. Don't hold your breath. And we'll close that up, taking the left leg out. Arms up in an airplane. Drop the left arm down. Nice side stretch to the left. Placing that right arm down, taking a nice stretch to the left-hand side. So right arm down, left leg, left arm, stretched in opposite directions. Nice side stretch. Don't hold your breath. Stay focused and in the moment. Coming up. Hands overhead to prayer, to heart center. Hands on the mat, tabletop, toes tucked, knees off the ground, push back into downward dog. This time we're going to walk our feet forward. Forward fold. If you need your blocks, feel free to use them. So we're going to forward fold, halfway up, straight back, forward fold with an exhalation, bending at the knees, bringing the arms up overhead to prayer and to heart center. Mountain pose. Arms up overhead. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway up. Forward fold. Cross the left leg behind the right leg. Play around with that. Again, you can have your block, any position that is nice for your stretch, for your hips. Move out of that bind, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, bring the arms up overhead to prayer and heart center. Now we'll do the other side. Hands up overhead, forward fold, halfway up. Take the leg, the right leg, put it behind the left leg, forward fold. Fold into that, feel that nice stretch. Unbind that foot, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, bending the legs, bring the arms up overhead. Nice. Forward fold. We'll bring the hands all the way down to the mat, taking the right foot back. Right foot back. Notice your alignment. If you want to have your blocks handy, you can have your blocks handy. You can also drop this knee if you'd like to drop this knee. We'll take our left hand off the block or off the mat, twist to the left. Bring that left arm down. Bring that right foot back up, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold. Bend those knees, arms up overhead to prayer and heart center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Up, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, taking the left foot back, lunge, nice lunge, framing the right foot, taking, you can also drop your knee, that's in your, taking the right arm up overhead. Breathing, replacing that hand, bringing that left leg back up to meet the right, forward fold, halfway up, forward fold, bending the legs, coming up, overhead. I'll just mention that any of these forward folds are good if you're finding yourself a little bit sluggish in the afternoon. Just going through some of these forward folds with the motion of getting your arms moving really does give you enough, or at least gives me enough energy to power through the rest of the afternoon. So just a little tip there. It may seem monotonous and mundane sometimes, but the power that these simple forward folds and this arm movement gives oftentimes does help power through afternoon or early evening. So okay, so arms up overhead to prayer, to heart center, and forward fold, bringing our hands down to the mat, stepping back into plank. You can also drop your knees if you'd like, but we're going to hold it here for a little bit. And then we're going to rotate to the right, placing our right hip on the mat and lifting our right hips on and off the mat. We'll do it 2 more times with the breath. And then we'll move to the other side. So the right hand, right hip is on the mat. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. One more time. Nice. We'll find ourselves on our backs, meeting with our knees up, backs extended, arms can be behind our heads as if our chin has an apple. And let's just do some gentle lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. So I'm rolling up my shoulder blades very slowly, just lifting and lowering. This is not a jerky movement. If you want to come up a little farther, you can. You can also take your knees off the mat for a little bit more core work. And we'll bring that to a halt, bringing those legs down if you have them up. Taking your arms out to a T, taking your feet mat distance apart. We'll dial those knees left and right. And we'll bring that to a halt. Bringing those knees in, taking the right leg out and up. Let's rotate that ankle and then start to add a little bit of hip in there. Bringing that to a halt, going the opposite way. Starting with the ankle, adding the leg in, opposite. Oh, and we'll bring that to a halt. Let's take the left hand overhead, right foot, left arm, up and down. With the breath. Nice. Very nice. 2 more times. Very good. Bring that knee up, left leg up to the sky, arms out in a airplane. Rotate the ankle, start to add the leg in. Breathe. And then we'll halt that and start the opposite direction. Adding the leg. Nice. Bringing that movement to the halt, taking the right arm overhead, bringing the left leg to the right arm. Back and forth, back and forth. Nice. 2 more times. Very good. Bringing that leg down, taking the hands to the sides, bringing the feet up into a chair. And we'll just hold this. We'll see. We'll hold it for a little while. See how it feels. Notice the muscles that are contracting. And let's point our toes and bring them down and just tap them and bring them up. And down and up. And down and up. And down and up. And one more time. Nice. Bring those feet down. Take the right leg up. Cross it over the knee. And fan that knee forward towards your face and back towards your toes. Flexing that foot over that knee. Just rocking it. Bringing that to a halt. Taking your hands, taking either behind your knee or on your shin, pulling that left leg in, opening up that right hip. Very nice. Both of these feet are flexed. Breathing into that. Releasing, exchanging, putting your left ankle up on your right knee, rocking that left knee forward and backwards, getting some motion and movement in that hip socket. Nice. Bringing that to a halt, clasping those fingers behind the right knee, Pulling that right leg into the chest, giving that left hip a nice open stretch. Very nice. And we'll release. Shaking those legs out a little bit. Let's go into a star. Stretching our right arm and our left leg. And releasing and stretching the right leg and the left arm. Really stretching them in opposite direction. And release. Nice. Let's go through that one more time. Stretching the right arm and the left leg, opposite direction. Release. And the left arm and the right leg, stretch them in opposite directions. And release. We'll get ready for Shavasana. If you'd like to put some socks on, get comfortable, extend your legs out. I'm gonna put my comfy socks on. Nice and fluffy. Extend my legs out, my corpse pose. Maybe making a fist, tightening all the muscles that you can in your body and relaxing, splaying your feet open, resting in Shavasana. Giving your body the energy and the breath needed after a nice workout. With the next inhalation, start to find a little bit of movement in your fingers and your toes. Try moving your face and your neck to the left and the right. Adding a little bit of movement. Maybe taking your arms across your body and giving yourself a big hug. Extending overhead. Nice stretch. Rolling to one side for a couple cleansing breaths. And slowly moving up into a seated position. Taking our arms wide, giving ourselves a hug. Taking them wide again. And giving yourself a hug. One more big inhalation. Taking your arms wide. Bringing your hands to prayer and to heart center. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Thank the MassMu Museum. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section. And if you like this practice, please considering making a donation to the MassMu Museum. My name is Leslie. Thank you. Namaste.